The day Freen made Becky cry. With love. Oh, when love turns quiet but deep. In the noise of the entertainment world, full of bright lights, loud crowds, and endless interviews, it's easy for moments of real emotion to get lost. But sometimes something unexpected happens. Something that cuts through all the chaos. That's exactly what happened one afternoon between Freen Sorocha and Becky Armstrong, two stars whose bond had already melted the hearts of millions. It was a day that started like any other on set, but ended with tears, laughter, and one of the most emotional moments in Freen-Becky history. The day Freen made Becky cry. With love. The pressure behind the smile. Fame can be beautiful, but it's also exhausting. Back-to-back shoots, constant travel, endless eyes watching your every move. And through it all, Becky has always been known for her radiant smile. She's the sunshine of the room, bright, warm, and effortlessly charming. But even sunshine has days when it struggles to shine. On that particular day, they had been filming for hours. The cameras were hot, the questions repetitive, and the energy low. Everyone saw the same cheerful Becky, smiling, laughing, teasing Freen. But Freen saw something else. She noticed the slight delay in Becky's responses, the faint sighs between takes, and the way she rubbed her wrist. A small, almost invisible sign of fatigue. Freen didn't say anything right away. She just watched, quietly, the kind of watchfulness that comes from love, not curiosity. The moment Freen disappeared. After a few long hours, they were finally given a short break. Becky slumped into her chair, scrolling through her phone with that same tired smile. Freen, on the other hand, quietly excused herself. No one thought much of it. Maybe she went to touch up her makeup or make a quick call. But 10 minutes later, she came back holding a small brown paper bag and a cold drink. When Becky looked up, confused, Freen simply smiled and said, "You didn't eat properly today, so I brought this for you." Becky giggled. "You didn't have to," she said softly. But Freen shook her head. "I wanted to." It was such a simple gesture, but that's what made it powerful. Because Freen didn't just bring food. Inside the bag, Becky found something extra, a folded piece of paper neatly tucked between napkins. The words that changed the mood. When Becky unfolded the note, the noise around them faded. Freen's handwriting was small but careful, and the words were filled with warmth. "Don't forget to rest. You give so much light to others. But even stars need to recharge. You don't have to be strong every minute. You're allowed to just be." Freen. Becky froze. For a few seconds she didn't move. Then, quietly, she exhaled and tried to laugh, but her voice trembled. The tears came suddenly, soft and unstoppable. She pressed her lips together, trying to hold them back, but they spilled anyway. Freen reached out instantly, cupping her hand gently on Becky's shoulder. "Hey, why are you crying?" she asked softly. Becky just shook her head, laughing through her tears. "You're too sweet. I'm just tired. But this means a lot." And Freen smiled in that calm, knowing way of hers, replying, "Then cry. You've earned it. Just don't hold it all in." No cameras, no audience. Just two hearts connecting quietly in a crowded room. The crew that witnessed it all. One of the staff nearby saw the moment. Not the tears, but the way Freen was holding Becky's hand, steady and warm. Later that day, a short clip surfaced online. Freen gently brushing something from Becky's cheek, both of them smiling shyly. It wasn't a planned moment. It wasn't PR. It was real. Within hours, the clip had millions of views. Fans flooded social media with comments like, "That's not acting, that's love in its purest form. You can't fake that kind of tenderness. Freen doesn't need words. Her eyes say everything." It became one of those legendary Freen-Becky moments. Quiet, intimate, unforgettable. What happened after? That night, after the shoot ended, Becky returned to her hotel. She took a picture of the folded note and the snack Freen had given her. Then she posted it on her Instagram story. No tag, no name, just 5 simple words. Some love doesn't need words. Fans instantly knew who it was about. And that post, became iconic. But what most people didn't know was that Freen saw the story, smiled, and texted Becky just one thing. "I'm proud of you today." And Becky replied, "You always make me feel safe." 2 messages. Simple, private, and overflowing with emotion. Why that moment mattered. To outsiders it might have seemed small, a snack, a note, a few tears. But to fans who have followed them for years, it was everything. Because Freen and Becky's relationship, whatever label people try to give it, has always been built on small, meaningful gestures. It's in the way Freen adjusts Becky's microphone before interviews. The way Becky's eyes soften when Freen speaks. The way Freen's body subtly shifts to block the crowd when it gets too close. It's love, but the quiet kind. The kind that doesn't shout, doesn't need proof, and doesn't fade when the lights go off. And that's what made Becky cry that day. She realized, maybe for the 100th time, that someone truly sees her. What fans said around the world. Across Thailand, the Philippines, and beyond, Freen Becky fans turned that moment into a celebration. Fan edits flooded TikTok, slow-motion clips with emotional piano music and captions like, "She didn't make her cry. She made her feel loved." When protection feels like home. That's what love looks like. Gentle, quiet, real. Some fans even shared their own stories, saying Freen's note reminded them of people who once made them feel safe too. That's the kind of influence these two have. They remind people what real care looks like. When love feels safe. Freen once said in an interview, "When someone is special to you, you just want to make sure they're okay, even when they say they are." And maybe that's what this story is really about. Because when Becky smiled through her exhaustion that day, she didn't need grand words. She just needed someone to notice. And Freen did. She noticed, she cared, and she acted. Quietly, lovingly, sincerely. That's what real love looks like. Ending, when love feels like home. That small moment, a note, a smile, a few tears, became a reminder to millions. Love doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it just has to be real. And that's what Freen and Becky have always shown, that the truest love stories aren't about perfection, but about protection. It's about being there when no one else notices. It's about wiping tears that fall quietly. It's about saying, "I see you," without ever speaking a word. The day Freen made Becky cry wasn't a sad day. It was a day when love spoke softly, and everyone who witnessed it felt it deep in their hearts. Because when Freen looked at Becky that day, she didn't see a co-star. She saw home.